So on this journey to the top shelf and back again, we're going to be tasting some smoky Islay whiskies.
We haven't actually had much from the Islay region, have we?
No, I don't think we've actually tried one on this channel at all. And come to think of it, I don't think I've tried one.
Oh, interesting. We haven't, to be completely open and honest, we haven't really been that big on the smoky region of Islay. But you never know, maybe Smokehead will convince us otherwise.
Is there a non-smoky region of Islay?
Maybe. And we're starting off with the Smokehead Original. This little fella here is the Islay single malt Scotch whisky, coming in at a nice little ABV of 43%.
Okay, so a little bit above just the bare minimum. So that's nice.
Yeah, just a little extra zing. Because I've seen a few distilleries do that where they kind of up it up just a little bit to try and get their favourite ratio for different flavour. Whenever I think of Scottish whiskies, I think of like tradition and like old fancy labels. So it's interesting to see that these guys are kind of breaking that advertising and marketing mold and going something different.
I guess they're just trying to just be, I guess, I don't know, a bit more different, rebel-y, sort of coming out, straight something different.
I had a look on their website and they did have quite a big selection of different types of smoky whiskies. So I think we should go on a little journey and have a little taste of a few of those.
See if they've done it right, eh?
Yeah, let's pour it. It's not quite the same as the cork, isn't it? Like, smell the campfire already. Taste the spectrum of fire. Oh, that's smoky. I wouldn't introduce someone to the world of whiskey with a very peaty, smoky whiskey.
Whoa, not unless you're going to record it first and like, as a joke, and put it up somewhere.
It's like when you take your mate to the Chinese restaurant and you order chicken feet, it's probably not the first thing you want to put on the table. Just ease them into it a little bit, something a little bit sweeter, something more approachable, I'll say. There's not as, I'd say there's a small percentage of the population that are really into their smoky, peaty stuff. So it is a bit of an acquired taste. I mean, everyone's got their own individual tastes and likes. So this is something relatively new for us. We're not like the biggest smoky fans. So we're going to come from it from that angle, I guess. To me, this is a bonfire by the sea.
It's definitely very bold and sort of very strongly comes through, but it's not just like whomping you in the nose or anything like that. So if you can take a bit of a whiff to it.
I always feel like these ones start to even somewhat like leather. Do you get a leather note?
Yeah, just sort of very mildly. It's a little bit harder. The salt note is a little bit harder for me, but yeah, that leather is coming through a bit stronger, and obviously the peat.
So I'm getting smokiness, saltiness, and leather. Okay, I'll read it word for word. Our hero Islay single malt offers heavy wood smoke and peat through a honeyed sweetness via salt, seaweed, and spice. The original Smokehead is an immense, life-affirming whiskey that stands out from the crowd.
Okay.
Supports it how?
Life-affirming, okay.
So shall we go for a little taste?
Ooh, bold, warm over the tongue, smoky sort of a flavour, and that peatiness.
Ooh. I'm almost getting a sour on the end of it. Like, my tongue is doing the exact thing when I taste something quite sour.
Okay.
I don't know, like, have you ever like licked a lemon and your tongue starts to almost contract or pull back a little bit? I think it's because the taste is so strong that I'm having that kind of sour reaction. Definitely wood smoke, and for me it's so dominant it's hard to piece anything out. Maybe the honey. I'd say wood smoke and honey. The leather's gone in the taste for me. Yeah, I'd say, or maybe it hangs around towards the end. But I instantly got smoky, honeyness, and now I'm getting leather. I didn't taste sour, but my physical reaction was sour.
Yeah, and even though it is that 43% ABV, it's not like a strong punch or grab at you. It's a little bit warm, like for me, it's like a little bit at the end. There's a little bit of a jab, but it's very nice. Warm, you know you're drinking an adult drink, but it's not just like aggressive or anything like that. That peatiness and that smokiness, yeah, it's almost like it's like you smoked food, or you'd smoke a ham or a roast, or you know, brisket or something like that.
Yeah, it's so strange for me. I had a second sip, same again. The sides, it really affects the sides of my tongue. When I swish it around, the sides of my tongue react the most, and I just produce heaps of saliva. And I'm having the physical reaction of sour, so I think my brain's saying this is sour when it's not, if you know what I mean. Because my physical reaction's sour, so my brain's like, is it sour?
But yeah, not too bad. Not really having tasted Isles before, and this isn't too bad a 4A, I believe.
And I feel like for your base, your original, you can't go too crazy because you're trying to. I feel like the original, the first or the core offering, is the one where you're trying to get everyone in. So if you go too crazy with that, you're not really going to drag people in and wanting to try the rest of your line. The peatiness isn't overpowering. Like it's up front, I feel like it, and it kind of tapers off to the end.
Yeah.
So I really think this whiskey is for someone who knows and enjoys smoky whiskies already. I wouldn't start someone out on this as their first ever foray into whiskey. I'd get something more delicate. But yeah, it's for the one that likes the smokiness, wants to try something different, and likes a little bit of honeyness in there, and they can give it a go.
Yeah. I think the only one that might start with this type of whiskey and like it maybe is like a pit master or something like that, who's just used to just smoke all the time.
I'm just envisioning an outdoorsman, plaid clothes, chopping wood, smoking a cigar, eating on jerky, and then sipping on some smoky whiskey.
So it is quite a complex whiskey. There's a lot of things to parcel out there.
Yeah.
So for someone who wants to have that sort of drinking session, sit down with a friend or something like that and sort of go through everything. But yeah, who has friends these days? And take a sip through it. I think this is a good one to have on the shelf for those reasons as well.
Yeah, it has a sweety fruitiness behind it that I was quite surprised about. Underneath there, it's got like layers of complexity, I feel.
That's good.
This one. But yeah, it's the first time I had like a visceral reaction, such as just producing saliva in my mouth. It just feels it. I had the physical reaction of sour. Let us know if you have it too.
Does your tongue shrink up when you taste it?
Yeah. Let us know in the comments.
All right, you know what to do. Clicky, clicky, lucky, lucky, or the buttons below.
And we are the High Proof Brothers.
They didn't Colonel Sanders the shit out of it.
Brain, do brain things. Yeah, that's just weird, because what? Wow.
That chaser is unique.
Yeah, a lot of them I find, like, yeah, you take...
We're making port.